I said, hey, yo, man, this your boy Tulu, man. Back, back with another video. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing? Hey, hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, but if everything ain't going right for you right now, just wait. 5, 10, 15 minutes tomorrow, next week. You could definitely be in a better situation. So, hey, chin up, keep trucking, man. All right, man. Hey, look, as y'all see, if some of y'all know who we got on the screen, man, we about to jump back over to my boy Sean Ryan's page. I wanted y'all to hear this story, man. It's kind of a crazy story, but this is Nick Irving, man, and he is one of the top snipers in the world, like AKA the Reaper is what they call him. I think he had like 33 confirmed kills. Hey man, if y'all don't know about these guys, he's a great not storyteller, but logically thinking, man. Hey, tap in with Nick Irving, man, for real. He be having a lot of things to say, especially on that Vlad interview. Hey, go back and watch it, man. Shout out to all them guys. Hopefully we can get up there one day. All right, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get into this story right here by Nick Irving, aka the Reaper. Um, this is one of the I guess what he called the worst missions, like in his time in the military. All right, hey, roll up your whatever's, pull up your whatever. You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all already know what time you on, man. Let's chill back, listen to this story, man. Let's get it.
Good shot, really good shot, and I hit him. And I remember they brought me back his sandal. Um, couldn't take it, and their Marine commander or whatever uh, shook my hand, Pemberton's hand, and wanted to give us an award and a write up, but our commander was against it, and we were out that night to do the worst mission of my life, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I met up with one of the Marines at a book signing, and he shook my hand and he says I saved his life or whatever. And I always just feel weird about that. Like Keith, he emailed me years later, dude, years later. And he was like, people call you the Reaper or the Angel of Death. But he was like, dude, you're my guardian angel. And I'm like, I don't know. It feels weird, I guess, because it's a weird, I don't know. It's just weird to think, I guess, that you save someone. I
Hmm.
don't know. I just
I
don't
know that's
I
probably a
don't
crazy
think I
feeling.
like it too much, you know?
Why is
Man,
that?
he a hero. You a
I
hero,
feel
man.
weird about it. I
You a
it's just
hero
I feel weird
for
about it. I
real.
don't know. I feel like I don't I'm not that good to have that, like, I don't know, responsibility or
Hmm.
honor to do that. Yeah. To save someone's life is like an honor. So yeah, I don't think
You did
I don't know, I
that.
feel weird about it,
He
I feel
did
weird
that.
about it.
Not
If
funny,
I
but
did, if you
yeah,
feel
he
that way,
did that.
then cool, but I don't know. Keep it, I don't know. I feel bad saying keep it to yourself, but I just don't want that, you know?
Hmm.
Let me just I was just
That's crazy,
there,
man.
right place, I guess, yeah. But I don't feel that way. Yeah.
Well, if you wouldn't have been there,
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't know. I
You
don't
got
think
it,
of it
yeah.
like that. I don't know. If I go too far down that rabbit hole, it's like, well, what if, the guys that did not make it back, did
Mm.
I not do my job? Yeah. Yeah.
For real.
do you want to go into the worst mission of your life? Are you all right?
Mm.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
Yeah.
Mm. He was already feeling that, man.
1 second, bro.
It's all right, man.
Mm.
Yeah. You don't get this a lot, do you?
Man, people don't
All the
know them
time.
scars, man.
Man.
People don't know them scars for real. And I know some of they stuff cut deep,
Yeah, whenever you're
so
ready, bro.
It's all good, man. We're on your timeline.
mm.
Yeah.
It's good for you to talk about
I
it,
don't
man.
call
A
these
lot of
tears. I
veterans,
don't know
man.
what they are. Sweat, bro. It's hot in here.
That's all you need is
Yeah,
to talk to somebody. Sometimes you got to talk about it,
yeah.
talk about situations. That's even vice versa, even if you're
We
not
don't
a
have to
veteran
do
or
No,
this.
I'm
nothing
good,
like
bro.
that.
Open book, man. Open book. Open book. Yeah. But yeah, after that mission,
Talk to somebody, man.
uh, yeah. So in the beginning of that mission, like it was a 5-day op. I was approached by the reconnaissance guys, and they had caught wind of the good work I was doing, and I had racked up a pretty good amount of kills at that point. So they came over to my sniper team, and they're like, "Hey, man, what do you think about this?" They gave me a scenario. If a car was 1,000 yards away, coming down an alleyway, and you had a clear line of sight to shoot the driver, could you pull that shot off?
That's
Honestly,
stuff.
no. But I told them yes, because I really wanted to work with these guys. And
He knew he could probably do
they're
it.
like, cool, get your team together. We're going to go after, we've been tracking this high value target. We're going to go after him. And yeah, we want you guys to tag along. 5-day op. At first, we were going to like infill like a 20-something mile walk. And I'm like, geez, I picked the wrong time to do this. I'm not a big rucker. And we were
Man,
carrying everything we were going to need to survive with: batteries, ammo,
rucking is
food,
tough,
everything
man.
for 5 days. And
Sheesh.
it was a 5-6 man team: me, Pemberton, radio, medic, team lead. So like 6 guys. And yeah, 6-man team. And I remember calling my wife, telling her, because I was used to calling her every day. So I'm like, I won't be able to talk to you for like a week and can't say much, but I'll call you when I get back. Don't worry about anything if I don't call for, a week or whatever. So, and to do that, I had to use the FBI's sat phone, because our phone calls were always monitored at where we had our little phone area.
You
So I used the
couldn't
FBI
even
as my
supposed to
roommate,
tell
or
them
lived
nothing.
next door to me. I used the sat phone, called her, told her that, and I was on my way. I remember being on the back of a Chinook with 6 guys, and the crew chiefs were like, "Who are you guys?" And we couldn't tell him who we were or whatever. He's like, "This is it? The 6 of you?" And we're like, "Yeah." And we slept. I slept for a little bit, like an hour, not even an hour flight, a 30, 40-minute flight to get
Man,
to
them
where we were
Chinook
going.
scary. I don't see how he fell
And
asleep
we
on
had
that thing.
maps. That's all I knew. We were going to this
Man,
location,
they were
and I'm
probably on him
tagging
so
along with
much.
the recce guys. And they're going to do all their communication, satellite stuff, however they track phone. I don't know how they do that cool guy stuff, but I was just there to, provide support by fire with precision rifle. Um, didn't sleep for like the first 3 days. Maybe got cat naps here and there. We teamed up with some Marines from 2-5, the 2-5 Marines, and being attached with them for a little bit, helping out with their snipers and learning some cool stuff from them and how they operate and things of that nature. We finally
Man, it would
tracked the
have
guy.
been
We had him
dope to be
pinned
like a
down to this
contract.
location. And after I had that
Nah,
engagement
never
with
mind.
the RPG guy and the Marines, we were on a flight soon thereafter that night to conduct this mission to capture the high value target. So we called in the platoon to facilitate that. And like we had the guy pinpointed, the assault team was going to go in and get this guy. And the mission from the get-go just felt weird, man. It felt rushed. It felt pushed. Like this particular platoon had not had a chance to do its thing that whole deployment. And I think a commander wanted a ribbon, so we had a
Hey, that's
lot
the
of that.
worst right there. You'll have,
And
boy, you
we
got
don't
some of
work
them one
in
that'll lead you
daylight
into some
operation. Like we don't really do
crazy
that.
stuff,
So
man. For
we
real.
start off the
Just
mission,
for them to get a ribbon
and
or
I
get a
remember,
rank.
dude, getting there was like hell. Riding on the back of these Marine trucks. I don't know what they were called, like deuce and a halves, like a
Probably
big trucks,
LMTV,
very
probably.
uncomfortable. We drive out there, we get dropped off, and I remember it looking like a scene out of Aladdin. The sand dunes and all the stars in the sky looked like that. That was pretty peaceful. And I remember falling asleep, nodding off, and I was like begging for a firefight. It's like, dude, I'm sucking right now. Tired.
I'm
Day
begging.
5, going on day 5 now. And the walk
33
there
confirmed
took forever.
kills.
Started off at night. By the time we got there, it was like the sun was coming up. So I already had a bad feeling about that to begin with. But they kept pressing on with this mission. And I remember so my plan for my team was to set up like a blocking position, a good distance away from the actual, where the target building was at. And to, block this avenue of approach that was going into the town where the house was at. We set up in this open field, but I remember walking through the open field and there's these craters, like holes in the ground. I'm like, what is this stuff? So I look back at my spotter and something told me, I was like, dude, if something goes wrong, we're coming back to these holes. No shit, man. Make it past this hole, maybe 50 meters or so. We lay down. I'm pulling security along this long road, and the town starts to wake up, and I'm just getting these bad vibes. Took my night vision off, try to blend in with the terrain as much as possible, and I see this, the mopeds, what do you call those little, like a moped. And there's 2 guys on a moped, and he rolls up, and I put my laser on him. I'm like, dude, he's going, to the objective. Put my laser on him, my laser light, and he sees it, and I'm waving around in his chest. He can't see me in the grass yet, but he looks down in his chest, he stops the bike, and he looks down in his chest, and he looks up in that direction of where I was at. I'll never forget the look in his eyes of hate. Just hate, bro.
Yeah.
And he backs up, does a Yui, and goes away. And I was like, this isn't good. This is not good.
All right.
And then in front of us,
blown.
a huddle forms, like a football huddle. These guys get into a huddle, and me and my spotter are looking at them. I call back to the recce team lead. I'm like, hey, can we smoke these guys? He's like, do they have weapons? And I'm like, no. But I just got a bad feeling, man. Like, the way everything about them, they were planning and looking around, looking at where they thought we were, and it just felt weird. They were all in this huddle, and then no shit, bro. They were like, ready, break. They scatter. A minute or 2 later, bro, like the grass was like waist high that we were in. And I remember, like, dude, the grass being mowed around us. It just started getting chopped down in all directions, all 360, it lit up. And I remember looking back at my spotter. The recce guys are already breaking contact. We go back, and 4 of us jumped into the hole. I'm second guy in the hole. We had the recce team lead go in. Pemberton's on top of me. I'm sorry, the other guy, he's right on the outside of the hole, and he's in a star fort, like, sprawled out. And we had the medic behind him also sprawled out. And, dude, we were getting lit up, bro. I cannot describe how intense the fire was around us. And then it, like, stopped. And we just heard, pow, just one crack at a time. But the intervals were very consistent and very accurate. And I'm like, oh shit, we're getting engaged by a sniper. And then it clicked what the Marines told me before coming into that area. They were like, dude, 1, we cannot go with anything less than a brigade. And we're out there with less than 35 guys. 2, there's a Chechen sniper that's working that area, and he's been out there for a while. He has a, supposed to be a big kill record. He's been fighting for way longer than your average fighter, supposedly like the Soviet days or whatnot, and has been like a mercenary in that area, and from a Chechen sniper. So I deduced it down to, this is him. He's good, really good. So I call it up. We're being engaged by a sniper. So I'm trying to do a snap bang where I hear the crack and I wait for the report of the rifle, like lightning and thunder, and I'm getting a general idea of how far away the sniper is. So I pinpoint him to this tall building. It's where I would be if I were a sniper. Zoom in, I'm looking, and I'm not too sure, so I go to pick up my head, and crack, bullet goes by. Look at Pemberton, he goes to roll over, crack, bullet snaps and pops up dust next to him.
Yeah, he was
Then it
on
started
it.
getting way more accurate. Me and I call him Jay, the team lead from Recce, me and him pop up, and we're almost helmet to helmet, bro. And a bullet between us, he pushes off of me, I push off of him. And the next thing I heard was the medic screaming, "Who's hit? Who's hit?" Team lead thinks my head is gone. I think his head is gone. He's like, "I'm good, I'm good. Are you good? Check yourself." I'm checking my face like, dude, I'm hit. Something's happened. Nothing. And that went on for 3 hours of playing volleyball with this sniper
Shit.
in this small hole, and the fire just got more accurate. Every movement that you would make, he'd take a snap at it. He was going off of movement. And I would put rounds to where I think he's at, but I know I'm not going to hit him because I think he's shooting from back inside of the room, outside the window, or this little slit
can't
or
see him.
a hole in the side of the wall, or the building. But he's backed away from it, so I know I'm not going to hit this guy. So I'm just putting rounds into it. Then we started to hear the enemy closing on us, and you can hear him, Allah Akbar, and all that. And at one point, they got close where you could hear the footsteps. My spotter starts engaging guys who are close, bro, close to us with the 300 Win Mag. And he's laying some hate down, and it gets picked back up. We're calling in for airstrikes. I'm damn near crying, bro. I've never cussed out a colonel in my life, but cussed this colonel out like we need bombs. We need help bad. We're about to be on CNN getting our freaking heads chopped off, you know?
Shit, man.
Yeah. So
I couldn't
yeah,
even.
they
I couldn't even
could
imagine.
not drop any bombs.
I didn't do nothing
Why?
like this right here when we did
Obama's rule
route
of
clearance.
engagement, bro.
Oh
We could
my
not have
goodness.
anything with 0.1
ROEs,
collateral
man. Hey,
collateral
that
damage.
changed a
Meaning, if
whole
we
lot.
dropped a bomb and they're
Like, I'm sorry, I ain't mean to pause the video, but that changed a whole lot, man. Like it lowered our grade of weapons. Like we couldn't use 50 cals when we went overseas. Like the biggest weapon that we had on the truck was like a 240, and then the SAW the 249. But those are for like people who are dismounting if need be. But yeah, man, those ROEs changed a lot, and also with what he's about to tell you about other weaponry that you can't use.
home got hit with shrapnel, that would be a bad deal for. It was all about winning the hearts and minds. So getting a bomb dropped at that time was impossible. And we couldn't drop it to where I had pinpointed where I figured this guy was at, the sniper, found his location on the map. We called it in for an airstrike. The best that they said they could do was do a flyover, show of force. The first thing that came over
What?
was it was an F-16 or F-15, one of those jets. He came over, didn't do anything. Next, I looked up, and I thought I saw a UFO. I'm tired, borderline hallucinating. So I'm like, yeah, that's a UFO.
Probably a
And it's just
drone.
this thin, black, looked like a disc. And it's low, bro, low. And as soon as it gets closer, I'm like, that's a B-2 stealth bomber. I've never seen one of these things before in my life, except for like on TV.
Oh,
And it was way bigger than what I expected and thinner than I expected. And I remember he had his bay doors open and he dropped flares. And that didn't do
bruh.
anything. So then we
Boy.
called in for bombs to be dropped on our location. So I'm calling up like, drop them on us because we're getting,
Shit, man.
overrun. And I'm playing volleyball with a sniper I can barely see, and I picked some machine gunners off on a rooftop who was shooting at us. Picked some more guys off in the field.
Mm.
And then, when we thought it was over, I look at the Recce team lead, and I'm like, dude, do you have a grenade? And he already knew I was going with it.
Boy.
If they get in close, we're gonna pull this grenade, hug it, and we're gonna kill them with us, right? So he pulls out his grenade.
Mm.
Man, 1 second, bro.
Boy, that's got to be
Yeah,
a crazy feeling, man, to have. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine.
that's where I
Man,
fist bump Mike Pemberton.
shit.
Yeah, we said our goodbyes, you know? 1 second.
It's okay, man.
Mm.
Like I said, this is the worst one, so I'm good after this one. And I haven't talked about it in a while, so I think that is different. But yeah,
Man, let
say
it
our
go, bro.
goodbyes. I fist pound Mike Pemberton, and I'm like, dude, tell my wife I was not a bitch. And he's like, dude, I'm not telling her anything. She's Mexican. She'll cut me. I'm like, yeah, she will. And
All right.
yeah, he did our little goodbyes or whatever. Waited to these guys to, overrun us.
Mm.
And look over my shoulder, and here's my dumb brain again, my kid brain. I thought it was the Roadrunner. Like when someone's running real fast and you can see the dust kicking up from the back of their feet. It was a machine gun team. Cop, Eric Ennis, those guys. They heard the call. And dude, yeah. They heard the call of we were pinned down pretty good. And they came in and extracted us, and we popped smoke. Murphy's Law. We popped smoke, and the wind blew it the opposite direction, so we had no cover, like screen cover or anything like that, to bound out. We were going to bound out in twos, and me and Mike Pemberton were going to be the last guys to bound out, covering them as best as we could. As they made it back to the machine gun team on the road that we were originally overlooking, and snipers trying to pick us off as we're running. So I tell Mike, I'm like, dude, zigzag. And I learned this from just, where I grew up. I'm like, dude, you're getting shot at, zigzag. And I didn't zigzag. I just V-lined it. And it's the fastest. I felt like I was running on clouds, man. I could not feel the ground beneath my feet. V-lined it to the machine gun team. Mike's right behind me, and you can hear the cracks of the rifle, and you see the ground pop up, and made it back to the machine gun team.
He
I
was
look
trying
at
to
Cop,
get
I'm
after
like, dude,
y'all.
I am sucking. I need water bad. Haven't had water in, felt like a day or whatever, and really thirsty, and mouth was sticking together and couldn't form any spit. He gives me water out his his backpack. I drank half the bottle, gave the rest to Mike, and it's up to me, hey, where are we going? I'm like, well, let's make our way back to the main element where you guys came from, and we'll join up with them and finish out this mission. And as we pick up to move out, I see some guy pop out from the backside of this little house, and I put my rifle over Pemberton's shoulder. We're both facing that direction. I use his shoulder as a brace because we're standing, and I, shot this guy as he poked out from behind the house, and like a walking firefight. And I made the dumbest call of my life, man, of skirting the tree line. Yeah, yeah. Should have went in it and skirted the tree line. Probably tired. Wanted to get to the element as quickly as we could because they were also in a huge firefight, throwing grenades and back and forth, uh, borderline hand-to-hand combat in this little like ravine. It was intense, bro. Making it back to them, skirted the tree line, and I shit you not, I saw the ground open up. Like a
Shit.
guy come out the ground, he lifted up the
Boy,
grass,
that
and he
be
came out of the
crazy.
ground, and it's a team of guys, and they started engaging us from, dude, meet at that wall. It's danger close.
Shit.
And we get ambushed, and I remember diving head first. I didn't care how deep this ditch was or what was in it. Dove in, hit water, like chest deep water. We all jump into it, and I look over and I can see Cop, the guy who had just rescued us. He's got his leg up on the embankment. Yeah. Laying down a cover fire. And I can see like, the dude's heads in the ground, and I start shooting. And what I could hit, I know I hit one, and got back down. And as I get into like cover from the embankment portion, I'm like this high in water, chest high, neck high at this point. And I hear this loud sound like an M4. An M4 was right by my ear. And I'm like, I go to look over, like, dude, back away a little bit. And there's no one right there. But then I see the embankment behind me, the mud like blowing up, and I'm like, holy shit, that's gunfire. So I move off to the side a little bit, and that's when I'm going back up to engage, and I hear this weird slap, and I heard cops scream. And I look, and I see like a water hose, dumb brain again, pumping red water, like squirting into the field. Like, what is that? Then I see him fall, and he's screaming, bro, screaming, cussing and screaming. And his femoral artery was hit, snapped up into his body, and he took 2 rounds to it. And I remember the ravine, the water we were in, like turning different color, dark brown, and it tasted like pennies. And
Oh my gosh.
look at a commander
Oh
of the
man.
lead who's with us, and by this point he's next to me, so I grab him, I pull him in close to I could talk to him in his ear, screaming, we need to get there's like 300 meters down this ravine or down here to this opening. That's where we take our dog leg and go across this field in the safe haven. The safe house was going to be there. But we have to go now. We're screwed in this little ravine. And screwed. And as I'm talking to him, I feel a splash of warm water slap my face. And then he just got weightless. And
Oh
I thought, I don't
gosh.
know what I thought. I just thought he just sat down really fast. And
Sheesh.
he goes down. I wipe the water off my face, and it wasn't water, it was his blood. And I see this right above his body armor, this gaping hamburger meat hanging out of his chest. I go back up against the embankment. Pemberton comes over, he just puts his hand inside the wound. And I remember him like screaming. Yeah. And I went black, bro. It's the only time in combat where I like blacked out for a second. I'm staring in his eyes and watching his chest open up, and Pemberton's hand in it, and him screaming. And cop had stopped screaming at this point, and our medic is working on him. Badass medic, Melvin. His kit bag is floating in the water, and he's doing like surgery, bro. You know?
Hero.
Shit.
Hero.
Put on 2 tourniquets, bleeding wouldn't stop.
Heroes.
He's packing it, trying to, get it to stop.
Mm.
Watkins got hit in his foot, or his ankle. So we're down 3. And
Well, I forgot how
one of
many
the
it
recce
was
guys
now.
came over and slapped me on my helmet. He slapped me on my helmet, and he's like, dude, get back in it, I'm like, oh shit, yeah. And he's like, come over here. The sniper, he's not engaging him. And he's like, come over here to me behind this weird little fallen tree. And as soon as I get up next to him to get eyes on anything, we get shot at. And he pushes me, he was like, dude, he's targeting you. Everywhere I
He
went
did
down
try
this
to get the
ravine,
sniper away.
pow, crack. And the plead, the cries, and everybody's jacked up, and cops going in and out of consciousness. And we finally made the decision to, let's just move. We can't get pinned down here. So he passed his body up on the stretcher. And I remember him passing by, and just white. And Like when we would take cover,
Mm.
we'd shout like, "Yeah, dude, hold your breath," We'd have to go underwater to get him to safety. And yeah, he, you know, was out of it, lost a lot of blood. And we get to the end of the ravine, and I remember popping out the other side and going into the safe house. And dude, it felt like World War III opened up, and I go down. Pemberton looks back at me. He's like, thought I was hit. He comes and grabs me and starts pulling me. I'm looking up at him like, dude, what are you doing? And he's like, I said, we're getting shot at. He's like, no, those are our guys. We had support by fire machine guns up on top, and I was just so, out of it a little bit. And we get into the safe haven, the little house we had taken over, and the first sergeant was in there, and he's like, hey, you guys get up on top. And we were the first ones to get up on top to provide cover as, cop, and everybody else was coming out. And we were just told to engage everything that was a threat. And I remember looking out, and dudes were getting dropped off in like vans with the sliding doors taken off, and mopeds and bikes with like 3 guys on them, and RPGs and ammo and machine guns piling out into the city. Pretty far away, and couldn't engage them, too far away, and tried some shots too far away, and just picked off everything else that I could pick off. And yeah, and we called for reinforcements, the Marines to come in, and they couldn't do it. They had to have more people, like I said, a brigade, and we were told that the best they could do was park their vehicles like a mile away, and we had to run to them. That was like not really an option at the moment. We were going to stay and fight. So we had the guys who, from my platoon, put speedballs together, ready to go, ammo and stuff like that. They were gonna fly the helicopters in low, drop off the speedballs, and we were gonna get it out and fight all night. Watched the medevac come in and provided cover for them. It was an old school like medevac with the big cross on the side. And watching the guys carry out the wounded and covering them, and stayed to fight. Had 210 bullets and had 6 when it was over left.
Dang.
Did a lot of shooting, and yeah, we had to. That was the initial call, was to remain overnight. Luckily, that wasn't the case. And as we were running low on ammo, I'll never forget the call. My first sergeant was like, "If you got a bayonet, if you got a knife, get ready. We're going hand to hand. If these guys are over on this compound." So, in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to smoke a guy, get his AK, and fight with that. And if we go hand to hand, hey, Hodge is pretty small. We're good. So
Hodge is pretty small.
luckily, that did not happen. We did make the decision to run out. Everybody was like timid, not timid. It was a rough day. Like hour 8, 9 at this point. We have to run out the wide open field, a mile, to get to the Marines that finally made it. And I volunteered. It was like, I wanted to kill myself so much that day. It was like after like I saw the third guy was hit, debated standing up, just getting my head taken off,
Sheesh.
Just tired of it. Yeah. So I was like, I'll volunteer. And I'm not like crying too much, am I?
You're all good, man.
Right. Man.
I've never heard anything
bro.
like this.
I'm sucking, bro. But so yeah, I volunteered to lead us out. I had like 6 bullets left. And I told Pemberton, I was like, you take up the rear for the assault team, make sure we're good, and I'll get the front. We're just gonna book it. I don't have time to shoot, So we just start running when they open up the big blue doors, the gates. I have a picture of it, of yeah, before we ran out, I
Mm.
just booked it, man. See the Marines on top of a hill, and they didn't have enough vehicles for us or whatever. So, yeah, we had to fit like 30 guys and 4 Humvees and on Humvees and piled in. And I had a big 500-pound Marine 50 cal gunner laying on my chest, and I'm laying across Pemberton's lap and another assaulter's lap. He's being stood on. It's cram packed in there.
Mm.
Some guys are piled on, and we drive out. I asked for a cigarette, and this Marine was like, gave me one, and I go to flick it out the hatch, and it landed back in my. I always say that was like the worst part of that whole mission, was having that cigarette burn my back, and this other guy, an assaulter, pouring his canteen out on me, dousing me. I'm like, dude, it's just a cigarette. But we get back, and we got the target we were going after, captured him, and I remember doing the quick AAR when we got back, and I'm sitting next to a prisoner before we fly him out to where we have to fly him out to, and I'm sitting next to a prisoner, and I'm leaning up against my rucksack, and dude, I'm dozing off, and I do doze off, and I heard a clear as day, man, bullet snap past my head. So I wake up, I'm looking around, and I'm wondering, why is no one else freaking out? Everyone's just pretty calm and chill, waiting for the helicopters to come in. I'm like, damn, that was not even a gunshot. I'm still hearing bullet snap, And
It's
I
gonna
knew
be
I
ingrained in you
heard after that.
forever.
And then a few days later, yeah, cop died. The first hospital he went to, power went out. So they had to take him to another hospital.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm. Well, I'm gonna stop it right there, man. Like I said, hey, check out Nick Irving, man. He's a powerful speaker, man. He has a lot to talk about. Trust me. Trust me, man. Definitely look check him out. Also, shout out to my dude Sean Ryan show for, all the great content that he posts, go check his YouTube out as well, man. I'm gonna definitely drop the link in the description for this full video if you want to go back and watch it. But man, I'm out of here. Until next time, salute, salute, salute. That's good.